Happy Sunday, week 6 down of 26. 6 down, 20 to go. Today is Sunday, January 31st, and this is a special day for me as it is the birthday of my oldest daughter, Michaela. She turns 27 today, and we had a fun time talking to her, her family, and her 2 children. She's a wonderful person, a great daughter, and an awesome mom. So a lot of fun spending some time with her virtually today. Overall, the training continues to go in a positive direction. Things are trending well, but they're certainly not perfect. And I'm having my struggles still with this Achilles tendon. I think it's 4 weeks now that I've had this tendonitis, this swelling, this tenderness, and it feels like it will trend good for a few days, and that I feel like I'm really making some progress, and then I'll hit it hard on my long run, and then I'll feel like I'm almost back to where I was before. So that's where I'm at today, Sunday. My Achilles is sore, as is the same part of the surgically repaired right ankle. So that is the niggle report. Overall, I did 68.5 miles at an average pace of 8:32, which I think is really good. Unfortunately, I don't think it's necessarily race specific to Western states, so I need to find a way to get more time on the dirt, more time hitting elevation. So that's on me. I do have some trails that are fairly accessible too. I just need to plan better and get out there and get outside my comfort level. I do have some friends that I could either reach out to who I know spend time on the trails, or I could just brave it out and go out there and go solo. From what I hear, there's not the same amount of wildlife as I had in Northern Cal, but still, I don't enjoy the anxiety of being out there, knowing that there could be some things that might jump around the corner. I know it's completely irrational, but part of the reason I like this hobby, this sport, is what it does for me mentally. And if I'm preoccupied with other things, then it negates some of the things that I really like about the sport. I got my toy. I got this Rollflex Pro leverage roller, and it's great because it has this hinge right here. You get a lot more pressure on the points where you need it. I've never been able to get enough pressure on my hamstrings, but with this sucker, it's easy. I get more than I need, and then I'm able to get enough pressure on my calves and lower legs with the foam roller. I just hate it. I don't like that position of propping myself up on my wrists. So I highly recommend this. I don't necessarily enjoy it, but I enjoy what it does, and I have noticed an improvement as a result of using this. But like I said, it improves during the week mildly, and then I hit it hard on a Saturday, and it gets quite sore. So what else happened this week? On the home front, we got our pool concreted on Wednesday, and on Wednesday I missed most of it because I traveled up to Salt Lake and I had some work up there, and I was able to work a normal outdoor run in Salt Lake City during the winter, which I was pretty concerned about because of the temperatures, but the temperatures actually were not a whole lot different than they were in St. George during the same time. So the temperatures on Thursday when I did a 12-mile run were just right above freezing. I think it was like 33, 34 degrees, but I was dressed properly and it was not icy. It was fun. There were some flurries which kind of give it a nice ambiance, but it was also pretty deserted on the nice River Jordan Parkway, the paved trails. So really good spot to run. I stayed in South Jordan. I ran out towards the Draper, Bluffdale area, turned around and came back and had a really good run. On Saturday, I enjoyed spending time with a St. George running group because there was a marathon in St. George. The group was not quite as big. My buddy Brad decided on a whim to run the Sun Marathon and ended up running a ridiculous, like a 3:15, and he's a 61-year-old guy. So he really sets the bar quite high for me that I'm trying to keep up with him. And then my friend Rhonda, she's relatively new. She's more into the trail, into the ultra scene, and I think she ran in at 4:30. So it was pretty neat to see some friends have some good results. On Saturday it was pretty darn cold, and everybody was affected because of the icy conditions here in St. George. So everybody took it a little bit slower. But it was me, Steve, the owner of the St. George Running Center, and I think it was 8 women. So the numbers were certainly in our favor, but I very much enjoy the conversation and the quality of people I get to run with. So when I have to make a decision whether or not I want to run with the group and run on roads, which is not as beneficial in terms of my ultimate goal, or spend time and get the social component, obviously I chose the social component. So overall, things are good. In discussing next week I am scheduled to do the Grandmasters Ultra 50 distance. So Coach Megan's a little bit concerned because she doesn't want to see this impact my training. But where I'm coming from is that where I need improvement is being able to go long at a slower distance. So we haven't decided if I'm going to do the 50K or the 50 mile, but I really want to do the 50 mile, and I really want to have a moderate effort so that I'm not beat up, and really kind of take a little bit of a heat check to see how the training is going. Now I know my training is going good, but my concern right now, and again it's on me, is that I'm training more for the road marathon versus an ultra that involves a lot of technical and a lot of climbing. So for example, yesterday I ended up on my long run doing 25.3 miles at I think it was like a 8:39 pace, and it was a moderate effort. Typically that's going to be, especially on the heels of a 68-mile week, that's usually going to be a hard effort. But it really felt like I had energy the rest of the day. I felt like I could have run the last 3 additional miles at a 7:30 pace. So certainly the fitness is coming along. I'm just wondering if it's the right type of fitness. So also happy to report that I am keeping up with my calisthenics. I still do my daily planks, pull-ups, and push-ups. I have not stayed committed to the dreaded, awful burpees. So other than that, life is good. Things are good. I still need to get this Achilles healed, but other than that, I'm real excited about the journey so far. Until next week.